In this video, we are going to unbox and review the Martin Smith ukulele UK-222, and we're going to tell you if we will recommend it for our lessons. So the ukulele comes with a little carrying bag. This type of bags are really flimsy, and if you want to protect your ukulele, you probably should get something that's a little bit more padded. It's very easy to drop it. Now, one thing, for $20, which is the price of this ukulele at the time of making this video, that's very cool that they're actually including a little bag. So here you have it. Of course, it's a soprano ukulele, which is pretty small, but it feels nice. Now, one of the things that is very challenging with ukuleles is to get them tuned. So let me see if I can make that happen. Especially ukuleles and every instrument that has strings is shipped with the strings very without tension to protect it, but at the same time that makes it a lot harder to tune. So let me get started on this. So I tried tuning it with just using a tuner, and it's not really working that good for me. It's easier if I just grab one of the ukuleles that we already have here and just use it as a reference to know how far I need to go with the notes. So a quick update on the tuning. I had to stop the cameras because I couldn't get it to tune, and I figured out after a lot of work that it was big issue because the string was not properly tied, and that's probably the reason that I couldn't get it to go where it needed to go. I'll talk a little bit more about tuning in a second, but keep in mind that instruments like this sometimes are hard out of the box to get them to play. Let's talk about the action of the ukulele. In this case, it's not that great. There's a good amount of space between the string and the wood, and what happens with that is if you're trying to play a melody line, the distance makes it a little bit harder, especially for someone that is a beginner, especially for someone that is young. So in an instrument that is a little bit more money, I think you're probably going to have better action, which means that the instrument is going to be more enjoyable to play. So for this one, the action is definitely playable, but I do think that it's fairly high. So you might want to consider that if you're trying to purchase it. Let's talk about the sound. In this case, I think the sound can be a little bit abrasive. If you hear this note, it has a little bit of a buzz to it. When you play a chord, the sound tends to be, I don't know, in my opinion, a little bit rough. I think it's normal for this price range, but at the same time, I think when you're looking at an instrument like the soprano ukulele, you're probably thinking of more of a sweeter sound. So I think this one, it's okay for the price, but I think sound-wise, if you invest a little bit more money, you're probably gonna get a much better sound. So let me tell you my final thoughts on the ukulele. This ukulele, I would say the biggest issue that I see is the tuning. Not only I had a really hard time getting it to tune, but at the same time, when I play it, I can't keep it in tune. I play it and I feel like 20 seconds after playing it, it goes very quickly out of tune. And part of the thing with that instrument like this is you're not gonna be playing it super softly. So I think when you hit it with your hands, with your fingers, you're gonna take it out of tune quickly. So to me, that's a big deal. Even though it's a $20 ukulele, I don't feel like it can maintain tuning properly, and because of that, I don't think we will recommend this one. I think for us will be a thumbs down on it, because for our lessons and for our students, we're looking for them to enjoy what they're doing, and I do think that having an instrument that is in tune or can sustain tune for a little bit is something that is very critical, because at the end of the day, we're making music, and out-of-tune music is not as pleasant. I want to thank you for watching. Definitely consider subscribing. For us, we create content like this to help you guys have fun with music and choose the correct instrument to get started. If you want more information about what we do, check us at thehitmusicstudio.com. We'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.